Dear students, in last class we just started with the cardiovascular disorders and diseases. In that we discussed about the fetal circulation. So today onwards we will be discussing about congenital heart defects. So what are the congenital defects and what is the management of it? So we can discuss in detail. So before going to in detail about each congenital heart defects, we can discuss what you meant by congenital heart defects. Okay. So the word congenital means existing at birth. So since birth, if the child is suffering from these defects, then that is named as congenital defects, and when it is affecting the heart it is congenital heart defects. So anatomic malformation of the heart or great vessels which occurs during intrauterine development irrespective of the age at presentation. So maybe the child will be presenting the manifestations and it will be diagnosed later, maybe 1 month or 1 year, or maybe after 6 months we will be diagnosing the congenital heart defects in the child. But the problem, the anatomic malformation may be happening in the intrauterine life, then that is the congenital heart defects. Okay, but the malformation will be present during birth, and it is as a result of the abnormal formation which is happening during the intrauterine life, but the diagnosis may be happening later. Even though it is present at birth, we will be diagnosing the condition later. This is known as the congenital heart defects. Okay, congenital heart defects occurs approximately 0.8 percentage of live births. So it is frequently seen, and among in live births 0.8 percentage children are suffering with this congenital heart defects. The incidence is higher in stillborns, that is 3 to 4 percentage. Stillbirths can be there, and in that conditions, 3 to 4 percentage of the cases will have congenital heart defects. Then, in some children, like spontaneous abortions, 10 to 25 percentage, and premature infants, about 2 percentage, excluding the patent ductus arteriosus. So this is the incidence of congenital heart defects. Okay, live births it is 0.8 percentage, but majority is happening with the stillborns, that is born dead. Okay, 3 to 4 percentage. Spontaneous abortions can happen in children like 10 to 25 percentage, and also premature infants are also showing the congenital heart defects in majority of the cases. Okay, so we can see the causes of congenital heart defects. So the environmental factors which is leading to congenital heart defects can be viral infections, that is rubella during the first 3 months of pregnancy, medications like lithium, Accutane, some anti-seizure medications, like these all are for the mother. Okay, medications consumed by the mother like lithium, Accutane, some anti-seizure medications if she is taking during the pregnancy time, alcohol consumption during pregnancy, smoking during pregnancy, or secondary smoking also can be the cocaine intake, maternal chronic illnesses like diabetes mellitus, phenylketonuria, and deficiency of folic acid, exposure to radiation in first trimester of pregnancy like X-ray exposure can be the which leads to congenital heart defects. Then maternal age over 40 years of age, and high altitude like the people who is living in the high altitude in the mountains or in that part, uh, there will be chances of getting congenital heart defects in children. Then fetal hypoxia and birth asphyxia. that is birth fetal hypoxia and birth asphyxia. In these conditions, that is reduced intake of oxygen in a fetus. That can be a placental factor or umbilical cord factor or any deficiencies in the mother. So these all are the environmental factors which leads to congenital heart defects. Okay, so the second cause is genetic factors, that is hereditary, occurs in siblings or offsprings of individuals with heart defects than those without. So there is increased incidence with the siblings. If the first child is affected, there is a chance of getting for the second child also. Then if the mother or the father is with congenital heart defect, then there is a chance of getting baby with congenital heart defects. That is a hereditary. Then mutations can affect the formation of the heart and leads to congenital heart defects. So genetic mutations can lead to this presence of this disorder linked with other birth defects. Like more than one third of the children born with Down syndrome have heart defects. About 25% of girls with Turner syndrome have heart defects. So this is usually this congenital heart defects are usually associated with any other genetic or any other disorders. So this is the second major reason for congenital heart defects. So that is a environmental factors which is affecting the mother and maternal age and consumption of drugs, infections, etc. The other one is genetic factors includes hereditary factors, then mutations linked with other defects or other birth defects. Okay. So next we can see what is a classification or how we classifies congenital heart defects. So we know that the heart's major function is to the distribution of the pure blood and the taking of impure blood for purification. That is the pumping action of the heart. That is the important function of the heart. So heart pumps pure blood and receives the impure blood, and it is again pumped into the lungs, and it is taking back the pure blood, and it is again circulated in the circulatory system, so that different parts of our body gets oxygenated blood, and the blood which contains the metabolic uh, metabolic products, or we can say that the pumping action is important, and it is to ensure the oxygenation in different parts of the body. So based on the cyanosis, based on the presence of cyanosis, that is oxygen is not available in the blood, so depending upon that, the major classification is into acyanotic and cyanotic. That is acyanotic heart defects and cyanotic heart defects. The name itself is very clear, acyanotic. It may not be seen, that is cyanosis may not be seen in the acyanotic conditions, and the cyanotic conditions, that is here the oxygen distribution is major problem is with the distribution of oxygenated blood, and the child will be presenting with the cyanosis. So that acyanotic and cyanotic heart defects. Okay. So acyanotic heart defects or acyanotic congenital heart defects. That is acyanotic congenital heart defects. There is increased pulmonary blood flow due to left to right shunt. Okay. Here the major problem is increased amount of blood is pumped or is flowing from left side to right side. That is, this child will be a pink baby. There is no cyanosis, there is no problem with the cyanosis or the oxygen amount in the blood, but here there is an abnormal flow of blood from left side, that is from left atrium or from left ventricle into the right atrium or into the right ventricle. So the examples are ventricular septal defect. We know that the ventricular septal defect, that is VSD, that is there is a hole in the ventricular septum which allows the blood to flow from left ventricle to right ventricle. ASD or atrial septal defect, in that atrial septum is having a defect which allows the blood from left side, left atrium to right atrium. Patent ductus arteriosus, that is the ductus arteriosus is patent, which allows the blood to flow from the aorta to pulmonary artery, then arteriovenal canal. So that is a cyanotic congenital heart defects. Okay. Next is the cyanotic congenital heart defects. There is decreased pulmonary blood flow due to the right to left shunt. So here the pulmonary blood flow is decreased because there is maybe stenosis or some reasons are there which leads to decreased pulmonary blood flow. So what happens in decreased pulmonary blood flow is oxygenation is not happening properly, that is amount of blood is not going to the pulmonary area for purification and it's not coming back. So the amount of oxygenated blood is decreasing. That leads to cyanosis. Okay. So here the baby will be blue baby. That is cyanosis will be the, initially we saw that the child is pink baby. There is no cyanosis. And now the child is with the blue color, that is cyanosis manifestations can be seen. So that is a cyanotic congenital heart defect. So examples are TOF, that is tetralogy of Fallot, then truncus arteriosus, then TGA, TAPVR, hypoplastic transposition of great arteries, and total anomalous pulmonary venous connection. So that is a TAPVR, and hypoplastic left heart syndrome, Eisenmenger's syndrome or complex. So these are the examples of cyanotic congenital heart defects. Okay. So hope you all are clear with the two classifications, that is cyanotic and acyanotic. Acyanotic means the child will be pink with left to right shunt, and the cyanotic means there is decreased pulmonary blood flow which leads to decreased purification of blood and or oxygenation of blood, and there will be right to left shunt. Okay, impure blood is coming to the left side, so that will be impure blood will be circulated in the circulatory system. So the child will be with blue color. Another classification based on the hemodynamic characteristics. So the first one, hemodynamic characteristics, that is disorders with decreased pulmonary blood flow. Disorders with decreased pulmonary blood flow, that is amount of blood is not going to the pulmonary area for purification. So examples are tetralogy of Fallot, tricuspid atresia. Okay, then we will be discussing each one in detail later. The second classification based on the hemodynamic characteristic is disorders with increased pulmonary blood flow. So one is decreased pulmonary blood flow, disorders with increased pulmonary blood flow. We can say the conditions like patent ductus arteriosus, atrial septal defect, ventricular septal defect. These are the examples for defect with increased pulmonary blood flow. Based on the hemodynamic characteristics, the third classification is obstructive disorders, that is coarctation of aorta, aortic stenosis, pulmonary stenosis, and the congenital mitral stenosis. For example, there is somewhere obstruction is happening in the flow of blood from the heart. So this is the obstructive disorders. Then some mixed disorders can be there, that is TGA. Actually it is a TGA, transposition of great arteries. Okay, not TGV, TGA. Then total anomalous pulmonary venous connection. Then truncus arteriosus hypoplastic left hand syndrome. So TGA, TAPVR, truncus arteriosus and hypoplastic left heart syndrome. So there is abnormal connections between the heart. So that is the mixed disorders. So based on the hemodynamic characteristics, there are 4 classification: disorders with decreased pulmonary blood flow, disorders with increased pulmonary blood flow, obstructive disorders and mixed disorders. Hope you all clear with what we discussed as an introduction of congenital heart defects. Thank you for kind listening. Thank you.